get neutralite, or sorry, sidelight neutralite Ensig true?
It closes a couple of those gaps, but you know, nothing too significant that you're going to be looking for that would make up a lot of the damage. It's just a lot less recovery time on miss, for sure.
Yeah. Lopes is going to be able to throw out quite a few moves relatively safely, but the hard part is going to be for Lopes to get in on top of Fiend with this spear, but he's doing well. Goes for the neutral sig, but a nice dare from Fiend will shut that down.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got the lasso, and that's going to be the knockout.
That's enough to knock out. Wow. Because that signature, you know, not one of the better hammer options, especially when you've got the neutral air, the side air, some of the Russian Mafia combos that you can do. And it has that, like, diagonal knockout that usually takes a little while.
Yeah, I was not confident that that Ensig was going to lead to the knockout, but at the same time, like, start throwing those out early. Cassidy, she's got a lasso shop, and she just throws those out. You'll see that a lot from the Cassidys out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing anti-air. Covers that diagonal area that the hammer usually struggles with.
Oh, but the spear not struggling with the neutral signature. Fiend going to even up that stock count and take advantage of the respawn to switch over to the Katars.
Has the weapon juggle. Oh, just tosses it over. Lopes probably just taking a swig of water in between, like, hey, you're going to juggle for a while. Let me just rehydrate. But, man, Fiend caught him unawares.
It looked like a fake out AFK. Like, my controller unplugged.
Fiend doesn't fall for such simple tricks.
Or he doesn't care. He's like, we take those. Ooh, whiff punish.
Man, the damage is so close between these two. They're both looking for the knock. Oh, that could have been the gravity cancel. You know he was hunting for it.
Wanted it, but Fiend going to find the neutralite into the recovery. And Fiend went from being down a stock to being up a stock all along this second stock.
Now, how much extra credit can he get? Katar's not that high of damage, but you get that many hits, and on a character like Queen Nai, look at Lopes, almost in the red.
Things looking rough for Lopes. Sure, able to hit the side sig and put Fiend down to final stocks, but man, Fiend went to the teacher, asked for extra credit, and the teacher said, you can just retake the whole class.
Oh,
neutral sig to close it out off the downlight. Fiend, in convincing fashion, takes game one.
Yeah, I mean, it was very close at the start there, and then halfway through, Fiend just kind of decided, nah, we're not doing this anymore.
And Lopes going to be sticking with the Cassidy. Interesting.
Oh.
It looked okay at the beginning. A lot of blasters was successful, but then like second and third stock were kind of non-existent, completely shut out by Fiend. Oh, goodness. You left that on the field, Lopes.
Well, this is going to be a bit of a trip.
It's going to be quick, man. The thing that's nice for Lopes, again, it's small Brawlhalla, so Fiend, like, 2 signatures and Lopes is going to be off the map. But on the other side, it does technically kind of make the defense of Fiend less of an issue. You're not going to see Fiend living for quite as long.
Yeah, it cuts his stocks a little bit shorter, but man, Queen Nai has some serious power behind those signatures, behind her strength stat. So I feel like this is just a race to the finish off of a cliff, and Fiend is just hoping to push you off there first.
A little bit of a game of chicken, but Lopes starting to find more stomp into Ensig. You saw him try to go for another one, but Fiend with the Katar downlight. Again, the downlights, Lopes just trying to get out of those loops. Nice.
Ooh, managed to catch with the recovery, the weapon toss, making him think about it. Fiend saved his recovery for so long to be able to make it right at the end there.
Yo, but Lopes still able to land the stomp. Ensig this time goes for a stomp side air to take the first stock, but we've seen this before, and Fiend was able to steal it away.
Fiend setting up the corner guard. Lopes getting underneath the snake bite.
Lopes went to the veterinarian and made sure that he had some anti-venom on hand. Fiend gonna go in with the downlight into the recovery, as that was the closer kill box, and take the stock count to even.
I do like Fiend opting to stay with the Katars here. That's where he's gotten a ton of damage lead. Oh, but it turns it into what? A crazy spear string off stage. That was absolutely wild. Off of the weapon starve swap, too. So just a ton of value there.
Yeah, going in with that gravity cancel downlight to continue that string off stage. Really, really nice for Fiend. And actually stealing the lead now. Neutral sig, and that stock's gone. This is small Brawlhaven. This is Brawlhalla. This is what you got to expect.
Yeah, I don't care what damage you were at. I mean, that half the time is just going to knock out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, both of them now just heavily thinking about this. They're like, wait a minute. These first few stocks have been kind of volatile. We might need to rethink our plans.
Yeah, Lopes really took a second there to be like, wait, you can do that? You can just end sig and kill?
Oh my gosh, he's trying to de-sig and kill as well.
That would have spiked too with how low Lopes was, but he was just underneath it. Still fairly damaged here, so Fiend looking good to take this one. Another couple hits and an end sig, and Lopes is out of here.
Ooh, Lopes just dashing in behind that spear side light. Again!
Oh no!
Snakebite finds purchase.
Another sig.
Does he still have more of that anti-venom? He's gonna need it.
Up to a certain point, you just end up as a person with a bunch of snake bites and anti-venom for blood. Fiend just needs one more signature, and game 2 is going to be going his way, but he goes off stage. Can't really signature off stage.
Man, he doesn't even need a signature. The slap with the bounce is enough to do it, to set him up 2-0 for the set. If I was Lopes, I would not want to go back to small Brawlhaven.
Or probably not go back to the Cassidy as well. There was stuff that was working, but like even so, he did what, like 3 stomp NSIGs, and Fiend just shook that off. Like that is how much defense Queen Nai has and how little strength Cassidy has. I kind of want to see something different from Lopes, but we'll see what he goes to. Okay.
Over to the
That's a little disrespectful.
Nash?
Okay, sir.
Against Fiend?
That's
Nash?
a little rude.
All right. I know, throughout the history of Brawlhalla, where Fiend has sat at the top of this region for so long, year after year, it was always the Nash. You know, you'd be like, hey, where do I want to see some good Nash gameplay? Go look at Fiend. So what is Lopes doing, picking Nash against Fiend? This maximum disrespect.
Yeah, this is Lopes just trying to get into the head of Fiend. We'll see how well it works out. Of course, Stomp NSIG not going to be true for the Nash, but it will still hit a little bit harder. So maybe that's what Lopes is looking for. But Fiend maybe a little bit incensed by the character pick, already going in hard with the unarmed.
Yeah, I mean, that was rough. He's like, you can have all the weapons you want all day. I'm just going to smack you back for it. Guarding the corner again, almost caught the dodge. Lopes punishing in turn.
Nice spot dodge to avoid the Sair.
Now that's the thing. Nash, you know, his stats, they are kind of dictated to take out Queen Nai. You know, he is high strength, high speed. Queen Nai, she's high defense that the high strength will cut through, and low speed. So Lopes can actually run laps around her. He just needs to find the footing.
Has to find those Nikes, those Air Force Ones, lace them up and get in on top of this. But Fiend with the NSIGs goes high, looking for another NSIG, but Lopes able to avoid it. But the slap down, and Fiend in the lead here in game number 3.
Yeah, now, so he's up on stocks. He's up 2-0 on games. I'm so glad Lopes was able to tie that up. He didn't let any extra credit happen, just immediately tie up the stocks back in this. He's got to get on the board with this game.
Yeah, good job stealing out the weapon as well. Fiend, though, again, comfortable with the unarmed. Goes for the ground pound, but Fiend was above it.
See Lopes dashing around these platforms, trying to keep a little bit of extra distance against Fiend so he doesn't get caught by the anti-air downlight from the spear.
Yeah, that's such a tough spot. Like, you see the way Lopes is trying to play this, right, is be right underneath Fiend, except that he's got Hammer. It doesn't exactly have an anti-air from the ground. Like, of course, you can go for those air-to-airs, but when you're underneath something, you don't have a lot of options.
Oh, man, and now he's unarmed. Now the stock is gone, and Fiend just pressing the advantage.
That D-line into the end sig was just another nail in the coffin of Lopes. One last stock here in game number 3. This is Lopez's tournament stock, his opportunity to continue on in the bracket and go into the grand finals.
Oh, goes for the signature. Fiend tags him for a fair bit of damage. Lopes can't afford too much more of that. But it seems he's getting tagged again and again.
Okay, stomps air.
Not a moment too soon. The damage was certainly starting to build. Lopes, I think he can only take like 2 or 3 more hits.
Well, there was like 4 hits in that neutral light, but not quite as big of hits as like a spear end sig would be. Lopes trying to avoid these hits, avoids the recovery. Spear in hand, but has to play a perfect stock here. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. That signature would have done it.
Just barely beat out in the spacing. Platform protecting from the weapon, tosses, doesn't get the punish, the neutral sig.
Oh my gosh. Gets down through the signature, goes for the signature of his own. He's not out of it yet. Fiend tossing the weapon. Lopes tossing his own to get stage control back.
Really wanted to make the swap over to the hammer, but with the gravity cancel down light recovery will win out over Lopes 3-1 and will continue into the grand final.
Man. Oh man. That was a heart-wrenching set. It seemed like Lopes, you know, I don't know what the character picks were going on there. He believed in them, but Fiend believed he had the answer, and he was right. That Queen Nai paving the way to victory, and now Fiend gets this run back from winners finals. We're going up to grands, baby.
Yeah, and you're seeing that replay of Fiend actually spot dodging through the neutral signature of Lopes and then getting that punish, saying, I know this character. This is my character. I know the hitboxing on it, and gets the dub. But now he has to go back into Wes, who just beat him 3-1 in the winners final. So there's a very